Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to the Muscle of Yarn podcast. It is Friday, July
Well,
10th.
day late.
We're a day late.
Okay.
I will hopefully get this edited and posted this afternoon for everybody, so you can go into your weekend with a podcast from us.
Woo-hoo.
Woohoo! So we are a yarn shop in Shelburne, Vermont, but as you can see, neither of us are at said yarn shop. We're podcasting from remote locations today. And you can find the store out on all social media as Must Love Yarn. We do have an online store. We have Instagram page, we have a Ravelry group, so please feel free to follow or find us on any of those platforms. Come check out what we've got going on. And I'm Angela.
And I'm Kelly.
And you can find me out on social media, Instagram and Ravelry as Junior Bird Kid.
And you can find me on Instagram as Kelly O Spins and on Ravelry as Kelly Spins.
And feel free to follow us on those platforms, though, as I always say with a caveat, that's my personal Instagram page. So you may see some other stuff over there, like a back and forth with our little meerkats last weekend. Yes, we have podcast mascots and store mascots.
Au natural today.
I know it's too hot to wear clothes. Ooh, this one's undressed. Something tells me my kids have been playing with these guys.
Probably.
Yeah. So these are our mob of meerkats. This is Gage the meerkat, our original meerkat. This is Swatch. And then this is Stitch. And we've got a few more that hang out at the store. This just happens to be the trio that regularly spends time with me. And these critters also have their own Instagram page, which has been a little more active lately. So
yeah, I saw that they were up to stuff this weekend.
Yeah, out with some shenanigans. So go check that out if you have any interest, and you can follow that page as well. And occasionally there's some back and forth between my page and their page because we can comment on each other's posts. So that's super fun. And yes, I have a conversation with myself because I run both accounts. Oh man. So this is normally the spot of our podcast where we talk about our pick of the week, but we are forgoing picks of the week for pretty much the summer because we are bringing another project to everyone. And so what we have done is we have curated prize packages or yarn baskets, so to speak, out of sort of our personal stashes. And what we are doing is raising money for various organizations. We've already donated to Black Lives Matter. We're getting ready to make a donation to Color of Change. And then we have a new organization that we're supporting for this one. So we'll be collecting donations for the next 2 weeks. For the organization that Kelly's going to give us some more information about when she shows the yarn and the basically the basket, the goodies. All right, so with the basket, the way it works is for every $5 of donation you make, you get 1 entry for the prize pack. We have all of the information and the place where you can donate the money on our website. If you go to our homepage and click on the link for Black Lives Matter, it'll come to the screen with a whole bunch of information and resources along with what Kelly's going to talk about. So take it away. If it kicks me off, I can't remember last time if it continued to record you or if it just cut everything else until I came back. I think it cuts everything out until I come back.
I'll stop talking if you go
away. Okay.
So the organization we're donating to this time, so all your donations from basically now, it actually started Wednesday and for 2 weeks, will be going to the Southern Poverty Law Center, and they do a lot of really great work. So that's the organization that we chose, and there's a link on our site if you want to go and check out their information, their message, and what they do. So the first thing and it actually matches me today, like matches my shirt and my headband. And it's getting a little bit blown out, but is this project bag, and this is from Katie's Creation Shop, and she did these bags for our first year of Seasons of Vermont, and this was our summer bag, and it's a really fun fabric, kind of Victorian looking, but I thought that was cute and very, very summery. We have a fun needle minder that Ange and her mom teamed up on and made. So it's good.
Nice. Also very summery.
Very summery indeed. All right. And then there's one more little Notion thing in here. Oh, here we go.
I'll try to move around more.
Okay. So then I'll know you're not frozen.
Yeah.
We have a little ruler. You can use it for measuring gauge because it's got the little notches in it, or you can use it as a wraps per inch tool. So it's kind of a multi-purpose, handy little tool, and it has a little chain on it so you can clip it onto your bag. And then for yarn this time, we've got some Lorna's laces, and this is Soulmate. So it's their sock yarn. Nice. And this is Zombie Barbecue. This one was a very, very popular colorway. I fell in love with this, but then I was like, I've got so many sock yarns. I am just not going to get around to knitting this, but I love the colors in this because it goes from that summery yellowy green to really pretty kind of purples and reds. So
nice.
That is one. And unfortunately, they're getting a little bit untwisted in the bag, but Legacy Fiber Arts, I can't get the color right today. It's just not working.
Yeah, it's getting blown out.
So go to the picture because the colors are much better in the picture. This is Legacy Fiber Arts Cozy Toes in their Dragon Egg. So this was part of their Game of Thrones series. So, and it's really, really pretty. I love all the colors in it, purples and greens. I kind of picked ones that went together color-wise. And then the last skein is also Legacy Fiber Arts, and this is their Steel Toes, and it's really not showing up. This is their Sprout colorway, which was one of their neutral colors that they did, and it's lovely, kind of bright summery greens. And so, nice. Yeah. I'm not even going to attempt to try to get the color better because it's just not.
It's blown out. As Kelly said, there's a great picture on the website of all of this.
I took a picture in better lighting, much better lighting, so that you can see what the colors look like.
Nice.
So that is it. The 3 skeins of yarn, the needle minder, this great little tool, and this pretty project bag are all up for grabs this time. So if you would like to make a donation, awesome. You'll be entered to win that prize. And all of the information, rules, blah, 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 and where to donate is on our website. So
excellent. So I have a finished object. Woohoo! I know. Sorry, guys, I got it done.
That's awesome.
Got the garden gate done.
Oh, it's so pretty.
Thank you. I just finished blocking it. I did go with the short sleeve option because I thought that I may be able to get more wear out of it with the short sleeve option. I would have worn it today, except for it is so blazing hot, even in the air conditioning. I didn't want to. So this is for our MLY plus GMS Green Mountain Spinnery equals KAL. So we're doing a knit along with Green Mountain Spinnery with any of the Jennifer Steingass patterns. So this was the one that I picked, Garden Gate, using CC's wool. Fun yarn, baby.
Mm-hmm. So we have to, I have that beautiful sweater from Kate Solomon too. We should decide what we want to do because we've got this beautiful finished sweater that was donated to us that we're probably going to put up for like auction off and then donate the proceeds of that to a charity. We'll probably pick
other organization.
Yeah, we'll probably pick a local charity, maybe one of the food banks or something, because there's still so many people that are struggling
Yep.
during COVID. So we'll talk about that off camera at some point and decide what we're gonna do with that. But just keep that in mind because it's beautiful. So
Awesome.
I'll try to remember to grab it for one of our next podcasts so we can show that. So
Nice.
I meant to grab like one of the mannequins and like have it in the background behind me, but
Yeah, stuff happens.
Yeah. So anyway.
So I've worked a little bit on my socks. Sorry, I already know that Kelly doesn't have any finished objects, so I'm not just like barging ahead. Like
Not one. I have done this many stitches. Well, that's not true. I fixed somebody's sweater this week, so I had a little seaming repair thing that I did, but other than that,
I did a heel, so I finished. I can't remember where the sock was last week. I think maybe I had the needles on to do the heel.
Yeah, that's right. You did. Yeah.
So the heel is done. It needs to be kitchenered. And then I just have to do the toe part, and I will have one pair of socks done out of this. I found the band, so now I can tell you whose yarn it is. And I finally did a project page. I've been trying to play catch up. So this is Mad Color Fiber Arts. And so this was back from 2016. She did one of her Mad Geek tours. So this was the Star Wars one. So this is the BB-8 colorway. And I've decided to make it even more BB-8-esque by adding the black cuffs, heels for these socks. So those are trucking right along, though I don't work on those a huge amount these days. I was trying to finish that sweater, and then I picked up the other sweater I was talking about last week. This is apparently the Angela knitting show today, so
that's okay.
It's all right.
It's fine.
So I re-picked up, and it's really awkward because of where I am, but I re-picked up my what is this called? Longitudes tee.
Yeah.
So the body's done. I got the sleeves attached. It's a short sleeve sweater as well. So I have the sleeves are both attached and done. As you can see, the underarms will have to get either kitchenered or 3-needled bind off did. And then I'm up doing the decreases for the yoke. I might do the 3-needle bind off because
binded it off.
Binded it off. I'm just making up words today. So it's a combination of sort of slip stitches, and it's 2 colors, and it's just kind of a fun design. I'm getting a little bit of sort of flashing with some of the grays in there, but it kind of works with the pattern and the sweater. So I may be able to get that all done by next week and weave in all the ends, because it's a mess of like strings hanging everywhere because haven't woven in any ends through the whole thing. So yeah. Sometimes you just do that. You just wait till the end, and then you have a ton to do. But good times. Mm-hmm. And I'm kind of trying to decide what I want to do next. Don't really know.
Cool.
I was gonna maybe copy Kelly and do that DK shawl that you started.
I actually have it right here with me.
Mm-hmm.
In case I was, gonna sit and work on it. I just haven't been in a knitting mood lately, so.
But I was also trying to think that maybe I shouldn't copy Kelly and I should find something else.
You can totally copy me. I don't care.
I found this one, and it called Cold Pale Moon.
Oh, that's pretty.
So it's another kind of mosaic 2-color DK shawl. And I may make this one as well, but I have some yarn in mind that would work, I think, perfectly for the one Kelly's doing. So I may just come back and do that one too. This
kind of matches me today too. I'm just all about the matchy thing.
All matchy.
It's hard to tell from there, but there is some of this my shirt color in here. And then this is the coordinating yarn.
Nice.
It'd be so pretty, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the Amy Christopher's Savory Knitting
Yep.
shawl pattern.
Yep. That was something about the sun coming out, or
If the Sun Comes, or something like that, I think.
Yeah.
I forget the exact title.
Yeah. So that's what I got in terms of like knitting and other stuff. I show my new bag in the outtakes. I have a couple. Did I bring? Oh, I did bring them. You guys. So you know that we love Wee Ones. We've used her stuff in our Seasons of Vermont bag before, or boxes before. We have in the past ordered stuff from her for the retreat goodie bags and for other stuff. So if you don't follow her on Instagram, I would highly recommend it. Your pocketbook might hate you, but so she did these jellyfish.
Oh, I didn't see
Stitch markers.
I saw the dragons, but I didn't see the jellyfish.
Okay, but here's the thing.
The glow in the dark ones? Are those?
Yes. These are the glow in the dark jellyfish.
I did see those. Yeah.
She found glow in the dark clay, and so she's making
so fun.
Glow in the dark jellyfish.
Sparkly nails.
I know, aren't those fun?
You're so fancy.
I am fancy. These are they're like nail stickers.
Really? Do they stay on okay?
I've had them on since last Friday.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. I got them from my friend Catherine, Side Pony Boutique, who does the t-shirts for us for some of our events. So go check out our website. She's got No, they stick on and then you file them off at the ends.
Yeah.
And they're starting to wear a bit at the tips, which is pretty normal.
Yeah.
Because I'm very, very hard on my nails, incredibly hard on my nails. But I put these on last Friday afternoon, and they're still. I had one incident with a pinky one that sheared off at some point. I looked down, and I was like, "Where did it go?" Who knows? It was a mystery. But otherwise, no, they've been fine.
Cool.
I wash dishes. I shower. I don't wear gloves when I wash dishes, which is part of why I'm hard on my nails. Always picking at stuff with my nails. But no, they seem to wear pretty well. So, if you have any interest, she's got fun stuff. She has ones that are like Monet background.
Oh, really?
Oh,
that's cool.
Red, white, and blue ones for the holiday. So she's got different designs. Just it's fun way to do something a little different.
That is fun.
Yeah. Now we've totally derailed off of knitting and onto other stuff.
So
but anyway.
Okay. You've got your stitch markers. Go.
No, I already talked about them.
Okay. So we're still doing virtual knit groups.
Yes.
Wednesdays and Sundays. So Wednesday night from 5 to 7, Sundays from 1 to 3. So the Wednesday night group, and I didn't sit on it because I was on my way home from the store, so somebody else hosted it. But the Wednesday night group, it's a really fun group, and I haven't been able to sit on the Sundays, but it's a lot of the same people will go to both. But the Wednesday night group decided that they all got to talking about books, and they're like, we should really do a book and knitting group because we all like books, and if you want to participate, you can. If you don't, that's fine too. So they decided they're going to read A Tree Grows in Brooklyn.
Oh, okay.
So if anybody wants to join in,
write that down.
Then be sure to hop on at least Wednesday nights, and they might talk about it a bit on Sundays too. But definitely Wednesdays would be fun. And then Maggie, who is one of the people that was in that group and decided about the book club, she is requesting that we do another whip along, which I'd be totally with because I've got a ton of
that's fine because we've got a couple of alongs that we just have kind of extended over the summer with the scrap along and the one we're doing with Green Mountain Spinnery, and I think there was the t-shirt along. But Yeah, we could start another Whips's cowl, because I'm sure we all have some Whips's
And I think a lot of
languishing.
people have like been pulling from stash or going back to whips, you know, because they wanted something but they didn't want to go out and like start something new. So it's probably a good time to do it. I think a lot of people are starting, and I think is Stash Dash. I think Stash Dash is going on.
Stash Dash is going on right now. I mean, we could even
people can double dip if they want. If they
totally
want,
totally double dip. We could make it clear your needles for your holiday knitting or something like that. It's about the right time of year for.
Yeah, because people are gonna in the next few months, people will start thinking about getting their holiday knitting started
Mm-hmm.
if they're doing holiday knitting.
Exactly. So I'll mull a name if you guys have suggestions for name of the knit along, crochet along, craft along. Like this is the type of thing that we would open up to like multiple types of crafts. So if you have like a sewing project that's been languishing or crochet or knitting, like any of those would qualify. You know, throw some name suggestions at me. We try to come up with funny names sometimes just because it's more fun that way. But yeah, I think that's a great idea. Let's do it. What's one more knit along, craft along to run? I do such a terrible job of running them and moderating them on the Ravelry page anyway. I kind of set them up and like walk away. It's like my garden. I plant stuff and walk away, and I'm like, why are my tomatoes all like stringy and like 20 feet tall with like one branch? And I was like, oh, probably because you don't really do anything with them after you put them in the ground.
Oh,
Kind of the same with the knit alongs. So
you know.
Yeah, and it's one of these weeks now that we're doing more consistent. We need to deal with our Prez situation for the retro along. That's gotten embarrassing at this point. So don't worry, we'll revisit that. I will revisit that. We'll get that squared away. But I don't know, do we have anything else to talk about? We talk about a bunch of stuff like announcements and things kind of in the outtakes.
We do.
Yeah. So no sense in repeating them here.
The Great Northern Yarn Haul starts next Friday. I think it's a week from today.
17th.
Yep. And runs for 2 weeks this year, I think.
Through the 5th, August 5th, I want to say. Look, we're terrible. Like, we don't know anything. Jen's yelling at her screen right now. You guys don't have the dates right.
Well, at least I know it. Let me look at my calendar. Whoops.
Jen, we're sorry. Our apologies right now.
Oh, so let's see. The 17th, and I'm pretty sure it runs through the end of that following weekend. So it would be like 8th or 9th, something like that.
Hang on. Through August 2nd. Sorry.
Oh, August. Oh, so it is 2 weeks.
Okay. I just went to the page, the actual Facebook group.
Yeah, it's 3 weekends because it ends on a Sunday. So starts the 17th. So it's the 17th, 18th, 19th that weekend, the 25th, 26th, and then the 1st, 2nd. So it's 3 weekends, but 2 weeks, just over 2 weeks. So 17th through the 2nd.
I'm pretty sure that what happened right here is exactly why people keep coming back to watch this podcast.
Because they love the chaos. Welcome to my world.
We're like the most prepared, unprepared people on the planet. It not just became our podcast title, Prepared, Unprepared.
It's a good thing there's 2 of us, honestly.
Well,
that's what we say about the business. It's a good thing there's 3 of us.
Yes, we all have
our strengths.
Okay, yes. So Great Northern Yarn Haul. There's a Facebook group. They have an Instagram page. Yep. There's information on both of those, and we're really excited that that's going to be able to happen again this year. So there's a whole list of local yarn shops in Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine that would love your support.
Yep.
For the yarn haul. So
yeah, and they're starting to on their Instagram page, they're kind of showcasing the different shops, which is really fun leading up to the yarn haul next week. So it's kind of fun that they're doing that.
Yeah, super, super good. And
there's a couple of fiber farms that are doing it this year.
Yeah.
So check that out.
That'll be cool.
Yeah.
Super fun. And the sheet with all of the participating shops and farms is up on the Facebook group. So you can check that out.
Yep. Yeah, if you just search for Great Northern Yarn Haul, it'll come right up through Facebook.
Yep. So, all right. Well, I got to skedaddle.
Yep. Ange has more meetings. Good luck with your Zoom. I hope it doesn't crash out on you. Ow.
I know, Zoom. I'm convinced, I think Zoom was doing that because it knows it makes it harder for me to edit. It takes more editing time when it does that.
Angela's got all these little bits she's got to edit together.
I gotta like slice stuff out and move stuff to the end, or like, do I just cut this out entirely and not even bother to give you this horrible clip of this technology disaster that we had in the middle of the podcast? It'll probably go on the outtakes because I know you guys love it.
Thankfully, it held itself together for the end. So
yes, it's just the stuff in the middle. Whatever, right? Because it's most convenient when it happens in the middle.
I know. Because then you can't just lop off the whole, section. You have to kind of like, okay, this is okay, that's not okay. Yeah.
Yep, pretty much. Yeah. So, well, we hope everybody is doing well.
Stay cool.
Stay cool, stay safe, stay dry. Be well. And we will see all of you soon. Thank you for stopping by and spending some time with us. And we hope to see you online or see you at the store if you are, around and comfortable coming into shop. But we are always available on the web, and for your yarn needs and your Vermont yarn needs.
And if you need the codes for the knit group, just send us a message and I will.
Don't send it to me. I'd be like, I don't know. I'd forward it to Kelly. So send it to Kelly. Oh.
No, you had it right the first time.
It shows the exact opposite on my screen. When I do this, that like way. I should be pointing
at me.
That on my screen, it's not.
Really?
Yeah.
That's funny.
Isn't that fun?
So am I pointing at you or not at you?
You're pointing at me.
See, on my screen, I'm pointing at you.
Huh. My screen, I think I'm flipped around. I don't know what's going on. When I do this, I am not pointing at you on my screen. We are now on my screen, both pointing the same direction.
That's really funny. I was like, who's she pointing at?
I don't know. Well, we'll see when I play it back, which way am I pointing, because it could be totally backwards and you guys will be really confused.
That's funny.
All right, on that note, it's probably time for us to end, as Kelly and I are getting punchy, pointing at each other on Zoom. All right, well, see everybody, hopefully next week, but soon. Okay, so we are live. Well, we're not live, we're something.
We're live at the moment, but we won't be when everybody's watching us.
I know, and we're behind, as sort of this is anyway. It's been an interesting week for me. I don't know about anyone else, and it's going to get more and more interesting over the next few weeks, because I have some new projects starting for my professional side, and it's
going to be very busy for you.
Yeah, I think so, but good, busy in a good way, but some new stuff that I haven't had to deal with before related to government contract, and so it's been interesting to navigate. That's a whole different like world and realm, and just but anyway, good for me, good for my business. So
yeah,
worth
for sure.
the extra work and the extra effort. So Yay.
I know, and you're dressed up so pretty, and I'm just like in a tank top and shorts. You know it's hot if I wear shorts because I never wear shorts. Like,
yeah,
ever.
I'm not a big fan of shorts. So I don't know what is going on with my clothes, and I can't tell like which direction things are going because the screen is like reversed. So if we would have podcast yesterday, I would have looked a lot like Kelly with a tank top and short capri shorts on. Today I have Fridays I have a standing business meeting, so I have to look somewhat presentable.
I worked in the store. Well, I was in the store Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So I actually look a little more presentable the last few days, but I'm not going into the store today. So, did we freeze or are you just sitting still?
Okay. No, I must have been sitting still. I was like,
okay,
are you still moving?
Okay. I was like, oh no. Yeah, because I told Ange because where my Wi-Fi is, it's further away from my computer in my craft bunker. So I told her I would move, but I'm trying something different because it's usually on my iPad where it freezes, and I'm using my laptop today. And I think it has a better antenna or signal or whatever from the Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
So if that works, and the camera's not too bad on it. It doesn't seem to be. So
no, camera is good. I have multiple laptops depending on video quality, and when I'm at my office, I don't notice it as much. I think the Wi-Fi is a lot better here. The signal is definitely stronger. So, but yeah, so I feel like I play musical laptops all the time.
Yeah.
Which laptop am I on today? But so I don't have any fun bear stories for everybody this week. The bears seem to have skedaddled away, which is probably a good thing. We haven't seen them for a while, but I'm glad everyone enjoyed the bear video at the end of the podcast. So it is once again a blazing hot here. This is, I guess, our new normal for weather.
Wild. Yeah. So today's supposed to be the last day this week of the super ridiculous hot. So, I mean, we're not used
to cool down to the 80s tomorrow.
It's going to cool down to the 80s, but we're still going to have dew points in the 70s. So it's going to be still oppressive humidity. But that tropical storm Faye is like coming right up Vermont. So she's supposed to dump like 4 to 5 inches of rain on us, which actually we really need.
We're so dry.
I mean,
there was
I hope we don't get flooding like we've had when we had like Irene and some of the other hurricanes and tropical storms go through, but we really need the rain so badly.
We totally do. There was actually a brush fire not too far from my office. Lightning came over and hit a field and caught it on fire, and Shelburne must have called in like, I mean, everybody. I know people who are on the Ferrisburg Fire Department and they responded, they got called in. So everybody got really, really excited because that stuff doesn't really happen here.
Yeah, I know. It's very rare that we have like forest fires or brush fires or anything because it's typically not this dry. But every like, what was it, 2 or 3 years ago, we had like 5 or 6 weeks where we didn't get like hardly any rain.
Yeah.
And we're kind of in that again.
Yep.
This year.
The lake needs it. Like all the water levels are super low. We could use that 4 or 5 inches of rain, though we prefer to not get it all at once. But hopefully the bone dry ground will just suck it up and it won't cause a bunch of flooding.
I know. My poor garden has suffered so bad this year because we've been working on the fencing and other things. So I haven't been as attentive to it as I have been in, as I was last year. So, and then there's of course some of the stuff like our lettuce and spinach and stuff, they do not like the super, super hot weather. So like my spinach just never did anything. And my lettuce is like,
yeah. And some of mine just never did anything because of those silly chipmunks.
Yep.
The ongoing battle of the chipmunks.
Rabbits and chipmunks in our garden. And we have garden fence, but the mesh on it is a little bit too big, and so they can squeeze. The bunnies can just squeeze through, and the chipmunks can get through. But the chipmunks have never bothered our garden before, which they are this year. And then, but I think I'm gonna plant some like more hot weather friendly veggies. I love collard greens, and they do much better in hot weather. I love collard greens.
I love eggplant, and I have
Do
never had much success here because it doesn't get hot enough for prolonged periods of time to like let them grow.
Yeah.
Well, I get these little teeny tiny like super tough mini eggplants that are super cute, but you can't really do anything with them. And now I'm kicking myself that I didn't plant any eggplants this year because I was loving it.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
My cucumbers and zucchini are doing great, and my green beans are looking pretty good. And then our tomato plants are looking really good too. So we'll see. But
Exactly.
we'll see.
Exactly. So, do we have a basket drawing to do?
We do. Yes.
Today?
I was going to say we do have one. Let me pull up the spreadsheet.
That seems to work well, doing the drawing here, and then we can talk about the new basket and the main part of the podcast. I saw the new post go up yesterday, and I was like, oh, there's new yarn. Look at that.
There is new yarn. So we raised $300.
Pretty
in this
good.
most recent one. And this donation is going to Color of Change.
Nice.
Which I'm going to do that donation today. Unfortunately, along with the returns for the retreat.
I know. I'm so sad, but it just.
I know.
There was. So anyway, we can talk about it now. We've made the decision to cancel the retreat for 2020. So all of our folks have been notified who had registered, and we're looking for 2021 dates and trying to, shore up some of those. And, but it just, as tough as it was, I think it was really the only decision that we could make. Because we want people to come and have fun and not sort of
not feel
with all these restrictions and feel concerned about their safety or things like that. So
so we're looking at potential dates in 2021, but we haven't nailed anything down yet. And
I will say though, mark off August 15th. So that's the Saturday this year, August 15th. That was the Saturday of the retreat. We are going to, looks like we're going to be hosting a virtual marketplace. So our vendors that we're going to come in and be at the marketplace, I've heard back from pretty much all of them. There's still a couple I'm waiting to hear from, so I don't want to say who's coming and who's not coming, but are all willing and interested in coming in and doing virtual, coming onto the screen and doing virtual. So I think how it's going to work is I am going to have vendors sign up for like an hour slot. And so we'll publicize who's going to be on when. And so you can jump on to the Zoom, ask questions. They can show off projects or, new yarns or new colors. If they want to run any specials, they can. There'll be links to their websites or how to purchase. For some of our vendors who don't have their own website, we'll sort out something with them, maybe through our own system, to list some of their things. So you can purchase those items directly from them, or they can set it up however they want, auction style, whatever. But we'll have those hour slots for everybody. And so you can jump on, jump off, whatever, for whichever vendors you want. And we're not going to charge for that. So it's going to be free. So we're pretty excited. So you can come shop at the marketplace, even if you weren't able to come to the retreat or don't live locally. So we're kind of excited.
Yeah. And meeting the vendors is really fun. And I think that'll be a kind of a fun way to do it. And, everybody's had to go to all of the sheep and wool festivals, and a lot of the events have had to go to a virtual.
Yep. But I also think it's making a lot of these products and things more accessible to folks who wouldn't necessarily be able to travel, can't take the time off, or the event's too far away for them. or it's, too expensive or whatever. Now they can just come see the products and have access to them. So definitely been a good in that regard, I think. So I think some of us, as a person who's been on with Zoom meetings since 7:30 this morning and will go sometime through the noon hour with Zoom, I have some Zoom fatigue. So I'm also admit, like, I just after a certain point, but
yeah,
it's, we're all just doing the best we can to make adjustments and still try to keep running our businesses. So definitely. Wow. Shall we get this? I don't even have my glasses on today. That was my cue last week. Like, I took my glasses off and I knew
do you want to do the drawing first?
Yes.
Before we move.
Put my glasses on so I know where to find this when I clip this part and put it to the end. Yes, Kelly's keeping me on task here. Good job, Kel.
I try,
Somebody's gotta keep me going. Oh, look what showed up yesterday.
Hold on, I gotta lower my, whoa, that's cool.
Isn't that awesome?
Oh yeah, that looks really good. That's a good size. Is that one bigger? That one's bigger than the ones we have, right?
That's the larger one.
Yeah, that's cool. I like that size.
Yeah, I have the regular size one and I totally love it, but I wanted to try the next size up.
Yeah, that's like a great purse size.
I know. Well, and the straps are so buttery. They're like that lovely buttery. It's got a nice little grommet thing there so you can hang stuff on. It's got a pocket on the inside. So this was the Darn Yarn MN. We talk about her bags all the time, Chelsea. So this was a special fundraiser she was doing, pre-order on these bags. And I wasn't going to do it. And then I went out and I was like, oh, but it's for a good cause.
Yeah.
So now I have another bag.
I know.
But
I like those bags a lot. They're great.
Well, for, like sweaters and stuff, when you start to get multiple skeins of yarn and other things, like it's nice to have extra space.
And I like that they can sit really open too, and you can use it like a yarn bowl, like a giant yarn bowl almost too.
The bag sits up and doesn't really tip over once that bottom part's popped out.
Yep.
Which is nice.
Yeah. All right. So are you going to do random generator?
Oh, yep. I totally can.
Okay.
I forgot I had to participate in this.
Well, we'll make it like really fair because we're not even in the same room.
No, we're not. I don't know why I have to check my browser, but anyway. All right. So I'm numbers between what and what?
Numbers between 3 and 62.
62. And our winner is number 23.
23. Okay, let me go look at who 23 is. 23 is Donna.
Woo!
We know Donna. Donna's local to us.
Local Donna.
Local Donna. she'll know. She'll say hello.
Congratulations, Donna.
Donna W. So
Yay.
I'll email her. I don't want to get into, last names and stuff because
podcast, right?
Yeah. So I will email Donna, and then if she wants to pick up her prize locally, she can, or I can ship it to her.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Or curbside pickup, whatever it's like.
Or curbside. Yeah. So, oh my gosh, thank you guys so much. So as I mentioned, we raised $300 for Color of Change, and I'm going to be donating that to them today.
Awesome.
You guys all raised that much money for Color of Change, and we do have a new collection that just went up this week and will be open for donations for that fundraising campaign and the charity. Well, in this case, it is the organization / charity that the funds will be going to this time is the Southern Poverty Law Center. So they do some really great work, and that's who we're donating to this time.
Awesome. We'll talk about it more.
Yeah, we'll show everything well, you will have already seen it by now.
Just a reminder, we're donating to the Southern Poverty Law Center this time for our fundraiser.
Yeah, just a reminder. I know, I always have to forget. Always forget that this is really going at the end.
Yep.
So we haven't talked about it yet.
I know, but we will soon. So, all right, well, I'm going to take my glasses off. So that's my trigger to me that this is about where to split the video. Fix my hair. And I think we're ready to go.
Okay.
All right. Zoom. Oh, Zoom.
I was like, oh my God, what happened?
You know, before you jumped on, it was doing this like every 5 minutes. It was kicking me off and then reconnecting. So anyway, so it just kicked us both off and reconnected us.
It didn't kick me off.
Oh, it didn't kick you off. Okay. Well,
no, it kicked Ange out and made me the host. It was said, you are now the host. And I was like, what?
Which is so weird because it's my Zoom account that we're using. So my own Zoom account kicked me out.
Yeah, and then as soon as you came back in, it remade you host.
I don't know what's happening. This is all going to go in the outtakes. So I will pick this up again. Well, this is going to be fun. All right. I'm going to quit with the chit chat. Because if this is what the system's going to do, we should.
Right. So how much did you hear?
You were just getting the other notion out of the bag.
Oh, okay. Well, it's so funny because you were sitting there and I was like, I couldn't tell if you were like frozen or if, so yeah, I don't know. But anyway.